What family rule did you break that got you disowned? My grandmother's dying wish was that her wedding ring stay in the family forever. Promise me it goes to the first granddaughter who gets married, she whispered, slipping it off her finger. I was 12, watching cancer steal her piece by piece, but those words burned into my memory. Mom locked it in a safe immediately. Sarah gets it when she's ready. My sister Sarah was the golden child. Valedictorian, full ride to Johns Hopkins, pre-med track, engaged to Dr. Perfect, who drove a Tesla and owned a condo downtown. Meanwhile, I was the family disappointment. Community college dropout, working retail at Target, still living at home at 22. Everyone constantly reminded me how I'd wasted my potential. Sarah's going to be a surgeon, Mom would tell neighbors. And Jenny, well, Jenny's figuring things out. Then Sarah's perfect life imploded. Dr. Perfect got caught cheating with a nurse from his hospital. Brutal, public breakup right before their engagement party. Wedding canceled, deposits lost. Sarah's dreams shattered. She spiraled hard, moved back into her childhood bedroom, barely left the house for 3 months. Panic attacks, crying fits, the whole 9 yards. I watched my confident sister become a shell of herself. That's when I met Jake at work. He stocked electronics, I worked customer service. Nothing glamorous, but he made me laugh during break times, brought me coffee on rough days, never made me feel stupid for not having a degree. Jake proposed after 8 months with a ring pop because we were broke college kids saving every penny. No fancy restaurant, just sitting in his beat-up Honda after our shit. I know it's not much, she said, but I love you. Sarah was genuinely happy for us. First time she'd smiled since her breakup. She helped me plan our tiny courthouse wedding. Even bought me a simple white dress from Macy's clearance rack. You should wear grandma's ring, she said one night while we addressed invitations. She'd want someone actually getting married to have it. I mentioned it to Mom the next morning. She exploded. Absolutely not. Sarah gets it first. That's always been the rule. But I'm getting married now, I said. Sarah's engagement ended. Sarah's engagement doesn't count because it didn't work out. She gets the next chance. She's the oldest. She's accomplished. She deserves it. Grandma said first granddaughter who gets married, not Sarah gets it eventually. Mom's face went cold. You don't understand the value of that ring. It belonged to your great-great-grandmother. It's worth more than you make in a year. Sarah will appreciate it properly. Sarah tried defending me, but Mom wouldn't budge. The ring sat in that safe for 2 more years, while I wore a cheap tungsten band from Walmart that turned my finger green. Sarah slowly rebuilt her life. Started dating a pediatrician named Marcus. Nice guy, nothing flashy, but he treated her well. When they got engaged 18 months later, Mom immediately scheduled a family dinner. Time to pass down Grandma's ring, she announced, pulling out the velvet box like it was the crown jewels. That's when I completely lost it. Grandma said first granddaughter who gets married. I got married first, 2 years ago. You all were there. Your marriage doesn't count, Mom said dismissively. You rushed into it with some boy from work. Sarah's building a real future. A real marriage? Jake and I own a house now. We're trying for kids. How is that less real than Sarah's second engagement? The room went nuclear. Dad called me ungrateful. Mom accused me of being jealous. Sarah just sat there, torn between loyalty and fairness. So I took matters into my own hands. The next week, while everyone was at Sarah's engagement party, which I wasn't invited to, I went to their house, picked the lock on Mom's jewelry safe using YouTube tutorials, took Grandma's ring and left a note, following Grandma's actual wishes, not your favorites. They discovered it missing the next morning. Mom called me screaming, threatened to call the police. So I told her to go ahead. I had Grandma's handwritten will that clearly stated the ring should go to my first granddaughter to marry. They actually did call the cops. Had to sit in a police station explaining inheritance law to an officer who looked like he'd rather be anywhere else. Showed him Grandma's will, photos from my wedding, everything. Sounds like a family dispute, not theft, he told my parents. That was 3 years ago. Haven't spoken to Mom or Dad since. Sarah texts occasionally, says she feels guilty about the whole thing. I tell her it's not her fault our parents are favorites, but I wear Grandma's ring every single day. When I touch it, I remember her whispering those words to a 12-year-old girl who felt invisible. She wanted the first granddaughter who found love to have it, not the one who looked best on Christmas cards. Jake and I just had our first baby, a daughter. Someday, I'll tell her about the great-great-great-grandmother whose ring she'll inherit when she finds her person. Some promises are worth keeping, even when they cost you everything else.